Okay, hello internet. Welcome to my second podcast. Still kind of figuring things out. I think my train of thought's going to be a little more organized today. Hopefully that's the case. So, talking about a couple things. First thing, kind of silly, not really important, not gaming related or movie related or anything of that nature. Came across an article put out by crack.com, and one of the pictures, it was like a article, just a bunch of pictures, not really a article. It was like a top 10 list or something. Anyway, one of the things they asked in the article was, is a hot dog a sandwich? That blew my mind. um, is a hot dog a sandwich? I guess it's a sandwich. Never thought about it as a sandwich. It's not two pieces of bread. It's really just one piece of bread. Um, you put condiments on it and whatnot. I'm going with it's a sandwich. So if you disagree or agree or whatnot, go ahead and comment below. Looking forward to seeing all the amazing comments, positive and negative, no fighting. So just a weird thing to get the ball rolling there. Another thing this past week, or last week, Pixar, Disney rather, I guess, I'm not sure, combination of both, released a video to the Toy Story's Facebook page. Now, it doesn't line things up for the Pixar Theory, where all the movies are interconnected in the same universe or that nature. But what it does do is it shows how there's little, Easter eggs linking all the movies together. So that doesn't necessarily put them in the same universe, but it at least acknowledges the fans, saying, hey, we did do this, and you guys, good job spotting them. And I'll put the link in the comment section for you guys to link to that if you haven't seen it yet. And then going into the bigger news here, the Switch, this is maybe one of the last times I talk about the Switch in this nature. I'm sure once it comes out, I'll start talking about it again, or showing some gameplay, or that sort of stuff. But so again, I think I mentioned this before. No region coding on the Switch. Amazing. So the Dragon's Quest 1 and 2 games that are coming out in Japan. Doesn't seem like they're coming out stateside, but that's fine. No region coding. I can get them. I don't have to mod my system. I can play them and enjoy them. Not sure if they'll have an English translation or not. But how amazing is it for the fans to be able to say, here's your system. You can play games from around the world. Awesome. It's just amazing. So I think that's huge. And I really hope everybody follows suit with that. But we'll see, I guess. And then the bigger thing to talk about is they released all the prices for the accessories. And one thing I noticed is the US site and the UK site don't quite line up as far as what's available. On the United Kingdom site, there's a case that'll hold the Joy-Con and the Switch. That's not offered on the US site, or maybe it is now, but it wasn't a couple nights ago when I looked. So I thought that was strange. That's not offered. Maybe they're going to just have third-party people do it. I don't know. Or maybe it'll come out later. No idea what's going on there. And the other thing is, when you're buying the Joy-Con separate, we get more controller options for color combinations in the US. You only get 2 options overseas, where here you get 4. Like, you can buy a full set of red, a full set of blue, or you can get the red, blue, or you can get the black. Overseas, you only can get the red, blue, or the black. You don't have the 4 options. So I thought that was interesting too. Not sure why they do that sort of thing, but they do. So let's just go into it. So, accessory prices. The Switch Pro controller here is going to be $69.99. And this is US dollars, by the way, if you're watching, from outside of the US. So US dollars, $69.99. A lot of people freaking out about that price point. That doesn't seem bad to me. I would like to see the $50 price point, but they are putting NFC in that, so that it's going to be their HD Rumble, 80-hour battery life, things like that. So there's quite a bit going on there, and we can't use our old Pro controllers with the Switch. Unfortunately, the Wii U Pro controllers do not work with the Switch. Maybe that'll be an update, and they'll allow, because I think all the buttons map the same. Really, I don't see what the difference there is. $70 isn't bad. I mean, Pro controllers on the Xbox and the PlayStation, you've seen those things go for $100. So this is still less, has more tech in it. It's not a hardwired controller though, so I'd be curious to know if this, being a Pro controller, is going to run at the 2.4 or the 5.8 for the frequency. So you think Pro, you want hardwired at that price point especially, or you don't want to, maybe the 5.8 gigahertz, like the Wii U gamepad was. Anyway, and no option for GameCube controllers. Kind of makes me a little sad. Beating a dead horse there, I know. So, alright, going on to the Joy-Con controller sets. If you want to have a second set of Joy-Con controllers, and this is just the controls, they do come with straps in the box, $79.99. So, it's quite a bit. I don't know that I would ever buy a second set of Joy-Con controllers at that price. I would just buy another Pro controller. But maybe we'll see refurbished ones like we do with the Wiimotes and the nunchucks and whatnot. Because those you can get pretty cheap as a refurbished unit right through Nintendo. Be interesting to see if that happens with the Joy-Cons as well, because that's a hell of a price. I don't think anyone I know that will buy a Switch is going to buy an extra set of Joy-Con controllers. And then you can buy them individually, left and right, or left or right. Those are $50 a piece. So for $20 less, you can get just one side. I guess if you break one, maybe that's where you would want to do that, but it doesn't make sense to buy a single at all. No idea what's going on there. Oh, and again, the Joy-Con controller sets, you can get them, the black ones, you can get the mismatched black-blue, you can get them in blue, and you can get them in the red. And as a set, and then individually you can buy all the colors individually, the red, blue, or black. Joy-Con charging grip. Now, if you want to charge your Joy-Cons, you can either connect them to the Switch, and they'll charge that way, or you can connect them to the charging grip, which is that square thing we see all the time the Joy-Cons are attached to, and they're not just in freehand or attached to the Switch. You can't charge them unless you have a charging grip or you have them plugged onto the Switch. So if you are just, say you are one of the ones who buys a second set of Joy-Con controllers for $79.99, it's $80, you need to go spend another $30 if you want to charge those, unless you're going to switch them out onto your Switch when your other set is charged, which makes no sense. They're saying 20 hours of battery life, so that's the same as a Wiimote, 20 hours. So having to spend $80 and then another $30, $110 for a full-fledged Joy-Con set that charges is a little ridiculous. Maybe when this thing comes out, we'll see that the Joy-Cons have USB on them. I don't think they do, though. I don't think we'll see that. And then the dock set. Let's say you have a second television. Maybe you have one in the bedroom, or you have a man cave, or whatever the case may be. Excuse me. Or you want to bring it to a friend's house and just leave a docking station there for whatever reason that may be. The docking set is the thing the Switch slides into when you're using TV mode. It powers the Switch and also sends a signal to the television. They are $90, so a third the cost of the entire system, which I guess kind of makes sense, but it's just a docking station. I mean, there's HDMI and power. To my knowledge, that's all it does. I don't know that it does anything else. If it does more than that, then I guess maybe there'd be more of a reason here. But as it stands, $90 for that seems a little too much. Not that I'd be the person buying a second dock set. Um, and then this is kind of neat. The Joy-Con wheel. It's a set of two when you buy these. It's $14.99. So if you're playing Mario Kart, a lot of people use these wheels. You put your remote into. It's the same thing for the Joy-Cons. I think we have 5 or 6 of these silly wheels at my house. We don't ever use them. Sometimes when kids come over and they play, they like to use them because it makes them feel like they're driving for real. Now the Joy-Con wheel is kind of interesting because when you're plugged into the Joy-Con wheel, you have 2 buttons on the back. So you get essentially an L and R that are tapping the top of that joypad. And of course the joypads are slightly different than each other, so that's why this, I imagine, comes with 2 wheels in the set, one for each. One for the left, one for the right. So now if you add this up, let's say you want an extra dock set, you're at $90. Let's say you want an extra Joy-Con set with a charger. That's 100, what did I say? 80 plus 30, 110. So you're at $200 for just a dock and a controller. $100 more, you get to a second Switch. It doesn't seem like that great of a savings. I don't know. Also, on the UK site, you can buy the straps. I don't think that was on the US site. It may be now, but you can buy the straps individually and colored. So if you have if you want your straps to match the color of your left or right Joy-Con, you could do that. Again, I think that would be the only reason you would want to do that, but because the straps come with the Joy-Cons. Maybe they don't overseas. I didn't pay that close of attention. Maybe that's the catch. So price points are a little scary, but if they pull it off, it won't be. People will pay it. It's because look how much people pay for Apple products. They're not necessarily better, but people pay for it. So, and we'll see how this catches on, And then online services. No price point for this yet. There's going to be a few months free to try it out, which is kind of cool. Now, if they actually offer services equal to that, like PlayStation, Xbox, I'm sure a lot of people won't be bitching about it. There's a lot of moans about it right now, but it's just Nintendo users aren't used to paying for that service because they've played online for free for so long. Not that we've had an amazing online experience, admittedly, but it's been free. But now we have to pay. If we have to pay and it's the same service, it doesn't make any sense. So this is what they describe, and there's a graphic they released as well. So with a paid service, you get online gameplay. So can we not play online if we're not paying for the service? Online voice and chat app. So I'm not sure if that just means like in a forum sort of area where you can chat and have voice, or is that going to extend out to the games as well? Curious about that. Another reason why I'm kind of hesitant, but I'm glad they're giving a few free months of the service for people to really say, oh, okay, this is what this is. Monthly game downloads. So every month you'll be able to download a game. Seems it's going to be like a NES game or Super Nintendo game or one of the older games that just bring back to the eShop. The deal with these download games, you don't get to keep them like you do on the Xbox or the PlayStation. After the month is up, the game is gone. You can't play it anymore. That's kind of sad, but you still get to play a game for a month. So who knows how that's going to work out. I'm sure that people will complain. Maybe they'll adjust it and give the game for free in exclusive deals, whatever that means. I'm not sure if that's like their current setup where as you buy online games, you get coins, and with those coins you can get extra discounts. That service doesn't seem to be super amazing. I really prefer the old style Nintendo Club. I think everybody did. I got so many games that way. It was amazing. And now, if you don't pay for the service, you will still have access to the eShop. Thank God. You can register and manage your friends. You can share screens to social media still. So if you're playing a game, take a snapshot of it, send it to Twitter, Facebook, or whatnot, whatever they'll have for options there. And you'll also still retain access to the Switch parental control app, which looks pretty cool. But I don't know how that would work. In real life, outside of the advertisement. While their advertisement was pretty awesome for it, or the announcement, I guess is a better way to call that. Yeah, we probably won't use it in my house, but then again, my kid's only 2, so it's not something we have to worry about. And there was a screen grab that was leaked of the operating system, or what seems to be the operating system. Then it was pulled. So I want to see more of the operating system. The screenshot really wasn't a telltale. It kind of gave you an idea, or sort of what could be, but I'd like to see more of that. So that's about all I have for this. I'm going to try to do these, we're calling them podcasts, once a week. Probably post them at the beginning of the week, maybe the end of the week. I don't know. Still kind of getting into the groove for this, but I'm going to try for once a week. If I don't have any topics, then I can just maybe talk about collecting or something of that nature. If you guys have any suggestions for topics or anything of that nature, please, by all means, leave a comment. All right. Well, I guess that's my input for the day there. I'll let you guys go back to your exciting lives, and I'll go back to my super exciting life. All right. Have a great night, and thanks for listening.